Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to the Srimad Bhagavatam class. Let's start with the prayers. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Shagrajatam Shahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabadhutam Parijana Shahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Shahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namini Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Tvishe Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhaktashaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Nilachala Nivashaya Nityaya Paramatmane Balabhadra Subhadrabhyam Jagannathaye Te Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So we have completed till the 9th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, and today we will do an overview of the entire 9th canto. The Srimad Bhagavatam is a literature which is talking about the pastimes of the Supreme Lord and the pastimes of the Lord's devotees. So Bhagavad-gita is the direct instruction coming from the lotus lips of the Lord. So Krishna spoke Bhagavad-gita. Bhagavad-gita is Krishna's instructions, and Srimad Bhagavatam is about Krishna. Okay, and Narad Muni instructed to write this literature Srimad Bhagavatam to Vyasadeva, because although Vyasadeva wrote all the Vedas and Puranas, he was feeling dissatisfied at heart because he has not enough glorified Krishna and Krishna Bhakti in those literatures. So Vyasadeva wrote the Srimad Bhagavatam at the end of writing everything. So this is the summary of entire Vedic literature. And therefore, Srila Vyasadeva writes in the beginning verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, nigamakalpataru galitam phalam sukham khadam dravasham yutam pivata bhagavata rasamalayam muhuraho rashika bhuvi bhavuka. So nigamakalpataru galitam phalam. If we consider the entire Vedic literature as nigamakalpataru, means it is a desired tree, then the fruit of the tree, mature fruit, is Srimad Bhagavatam. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, there are 12 cantos and 10 subject matters that are discussed. Srimad Bhagavatam is classified as one of the Mahapuranas, and the characteristics of a Mahapurana is it consists of 10 subject matters. Atra sarga visargascha sthanam poshan mutaya manvantare shanugatha nirodha mukti rashya. So to qualify as a Mahapuran, it has to cover all the 10 subject matters. What are those 10 subject matters? Sarga, the primary creation. Visarga, the secondary creation. Sthanam, the geography of the universe. Poshanam, the nourishment or protection offered by the Lord. Utaya, uti means the inclination. Manvantara means what happened during the reigns of Manus. Ishanukatha means the description of different dynasties and short stories and pastimes of the Supreme Lord. Nirodha Mukti Ashraya. So Nirodha means how this material world is annihilated. Mukti means how we transcend this material world and get liberated. And Ashraya is the Ashraya Tattva, which talks about the pastimes of Krishna, which we will find in the next canto, 10th canto. So completing till 9 cantos of Srimad Bhagavatam is a very special milestone, because in the 10th canto comes the pastimes of Krishna. And we will see at the end of the 9th canto also, it sets up the scene that Krishna will take birth. So the 9th canto is organized in a way that it discusses Ishanukatha, or the description of the dynasties. Now the sun and the moon, both the dynasties are discussed. In the initial chapters, the sun dynasty is discussed, and in the later chapters, moon dynasty is discussed. And because Krishna is coming in the moon dynasty, so 9th canto ends with the moon dynasty, and then Krishna appears. So it is said that if we have completed these 9 cantos, at least we have heard once. We are not Shruti Dharas that we will remember everything, but at least we have heard all those things, and we can always go through and recap. So if we know all these pastimes which are discussed till the 9th canto, then we get the qualification to hear about Krishna in the 10th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam. So we have completed that preparation stage. So congratulations for that. And let's review this 9th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Vadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevayam Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So what is the link between the 8th canto and the 9th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam? 8th canto discusses the Manvantara, what happens during different Manvantaras. So one Manvantara means 71 Chaturyugas. One day of Brahma consists of 1000 Chaturyugas. Chaturyuga means what? Satya Treta Dwapar Kali. 1000 rotations of this Satya Treta Dwapar Kali is called 1000 Chaturyugas, and that is one day of Brahma, also known as Kalpa. In one day of Brahma, or in one Kalpa, there are 14 Manus. And if you divide 1000 divided by 14, it will come around 71 point something. So each Manu is ruling over 71 Chaturyugas. So what happened during this reign of 14 Manus is discussed in the 8th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Now at the 8th canto, we discuss the pastime of Matsya Avatar and Vaivashvat Manu. Okay, so this Vaivashvat Manu will continue now. From Vaivashvat Manu, we will see the Surya Vamsa, or the Sun dynasty. So half of the 9th canto discusses the Sun dynasty and half discusses Moon dynasty. So King Satyavrata is also known as Vaivashvat Manu, is also known as Shraddhadev. Okay, and he is the 7th Manu. Now this 7th Manu, Vaivashvat Manu, why his name is Vaivashvat? Because he is the son of sun god Vivashvan. Therefore his name is Vaivashvat. So this Vaivashvat Manu conducted a sacrifice to get a son. So Vaivashvat Manu's wife, Shraddha, had a desire to get a daughter. So the wife personally, secretly requested the priest that I want a daughter. So a daughter was born. Vaivashvat Manu was very affectionate to that daughter, Ila. But at the same time, he was little disappointed that I conducted the fire sacrifice to beget a son who can take over the administration, but I got a daughter. So why this happened? So asked Vasishtha Muni about this, who was kind of the priest during this yajna. So Vasishtha told that your wife secretly requested the priest, so therefore you got this daughter. So okay, now Vaivashvat Manu and Vasishtha Muni, they jointly did some worship of the Supreme Lord and offered prayers and got the benediction that this Ila will be converted to Shuddhyamna, the male form. So Vaivasvat Manu's desire was fulfilled. Ila was converted to Shuddhyamna and Vaivasvat Manu got a son. But the destiny cannot be changed. Whatever destiny we have as per our karma, it cannot be changed. So therefore, what happened? That when this Shuddhyamna entered the Sukumara forest, at that time, he was in the male form. He entered the Sukumara forest, which is situated in the Ilabrata Varsha. And in the Ilabrata Varsha, Lord Shiva is there with Parvati Devi and all the other maidservants. So there was a rule in Ilabrata Varsha that if you enter, if you are a female, then it is fine. If you are a male, you will be converted to female. And this benediction was given by Lord Shiva to Mother Parvati, because one time what happened, Mother Parvati was little intimately sitting with Lord Shiva and some sages. They entered the Ilabrata forest. So seeing a male, Mother Parvati became little ashamed. Then Mother Parvati asked Lord Shiva, can you make a rule that everyone who enters this forest will become female? So from that time onwards, whoever enters that Sukumara forest becomes female. And Shuddhyamna did not know that. Shuddhyamna entered and became the female form again, and Shuddhyamna became Ila. So Vaivasvat Manu wanted some adjustment, requested Lord Shiva that can you make some adjustment? We wanted a son, and by a lot of prayers and sacrifices, we got Ila transformed to Shuddhyamna. And now by your rule, Shuddhyamna is converted back to Ila. So can you make some adjustments? Lord Shiva told, okay, I can make one adjustment, that alternate month he will be Shuddhyamna and the next month he will become Ila. So this is how he will stay. Now Buddha is the son of moon god, got attracted to this female form called Ila, and Pururuva was born. So Pururuva, who will continue the moon dynasty, will see, is the son of Buddha and Ila. So this is how the moon dynasty continues. Now Vasishtha praised Lord Shiva for restoring the maleness, and it was not restored completely, but that alternate month deal was there. So Shuddhyamna in the male form, he had 3 sons, Utkala, Gaya and Vimala. And then Shuddhyamna retired and gave the kingdom to Pururuva, because in the female form, Shuddhyamna's son is Pururuva. Ila's son is Pururuva. So this is how Shuddhyamna retired. So Vaivasvat Manu wanted to pass over the administration. So he created Ila, and it was kind of messed up. Ila, Shuddhyamna, and finally Shuddhyamna retires. So Vaivasvat Manu now needs new kind of administrators. So that is described in the chapter 2. So Vaivasvat Manu gets another 10 sons. Ikshvakun, Riga, Saryati, Dishta, Dhrishta, Karushaka, Narishanta, Prishadra, Navaga, and Kavi. So now the dynasties of all these 10 sons will be discussed. We are discussing the Sun dynasty in the first half of the 9th canto. And Sun dynasty starts from Vaivasvat Manu, because Sun dynasty starts from Vivaswan, sun god, and Vivaswan's son is Vaivasvat Manu. So now we'll discuss about these 10 sons. Out of these 10, Prishadra and Kavi, they were brahmacharis, and they did not increase the population. They did not go to Grihastha life. So Prishadra was Vaivasvat Manu's son, and the pastime of Prishadra is explained. So he was protecting cows, and unknowingly, because it was dark, there was a tiger which entered that cow herd, and Prishadra wanted to protect the cows, and with sword he killed that tiger. But unfortunately, in the dark, he actually killed a cow instead of the tiger. So Vasishtha was very disappointed and cursed Prishadra to become Shudra. Vasishtha did not analyze the whole situation, immediately cursed to be a Shudra. So then Prishadra took the shelter of the Supreme Lord and took to full-time brahmacharya, and then became perfected. So by devotional service, all the karma was burnt, including the curse by Vasishtha. So although a sage is cursing Prishadra, because he took to full-time devotional service, Devarshi Bhutapta Ninam Pratinam Na Kinkaranayam Rinicha Rajan Sarvat Manaja Saranam Sarannam Gato Mukundam Parihitta Kartam. One who takes the shelter of Lord Mukunda wholeheartedly, no karma can affect that person. So even if Prishadra was cursed, he did not have to suffer the reaction of that curse, and he went back home, back to Godhead. So destiny cannot be changed in general, which we saw in the case of Eli and Shuddhimna. But bhakti, tivrena bhakti yogena, intense devotional service can change one's destiny also. Similarly, Kavi was the youngest son, and he also went to the forest and wanted to become brahmachari, did not enter the grihastha life. So two sons of Vaivashvat Manu is discussed. Now, another son is Saryati. Saryati's dynasty will be discussed now. So Saryati was Vaivashvat Manu's son, and Saryati's daughter is Sukanya. So with his daughter Sukanya, Saryati entered some forest, and Sukanya, being a small girl, he was picking some fruits with the girlfriends, and suddenly saw an anthill with two glowing objects. So basically, Chyavan Muni, a great sage, was meditating, and he was so intensely meditating, the anthill got built up, and only the eyes, they were intact, and those eyes, they were like two glowing objects covered by that anthill. So out of curiosity, the Sukanya pierced those two glowing objects, which were the eyes of Chyavan Muni. So then suddenly what happened? The soldiers of Saryati, they were having difficulty to pass urinary stool, and they were kind of feeling uncomfortable. And there were also some inauspicious moments. Then Saryati could understand something wrong has happened. Then finally Sukanya confessed that what she has done. Then immediately Saryati fell at the feet of Chyavan Muni, because Saryati knew Chyavan Muni is an old irritable sage. So before Chyavan Muni curses, Saryati surrendered unto the lotus feet. So Chyavan Muni asked whether Saryati's daughter is married, and then Saryati wanted to appease Chyavan Muni and asked, how can I serve you? So Chyavan Muni needed some assistance, because he was old irritable sage, so he needed some assistance in his spiritual practices. So he wanted to marry. So he asked if Saryati's daughter is already married. Saryati immediately told, no, she is not married. I can offer you my daughter, Sukanya. So Sukanya was offered to Chyavan Muni. So Sukanya, being a princess, deserves a nice prince, Kshatriya prince. But because of that offense, Sukanya was given to this old irritable sage, Chyavan Muni. So this is blessings and curse at the same time. So Sukanya served Chyavan Muni wonderfully, and she was very, very chaste. She was not attracted to anyone else. And once the Ashwini Kumaras visited the hermitage of Chyavan Muni, and they also conducted some test for Sukanya's chastity. So Chyavan Muni asked if they can make him young, and promised to give Somarasa to them. So Chyavan Muni saw that Sukanya is suffering. So for the sake of Sukanya, he wanted to change his body. So these Ashwini Kumaras, they are divine doctors, doctors from the heaven. So Chyavan Muni asked that, can you make me younger? And in return, I can give you Somarasa. So what happens in Swargaloka? All the demigods, they share this Somarasa, but Ashwini Kumaras are not given. This is the rule made by Indra. So Ashwini Kumaras are very eager to receive that Somarasa, but they are not qualified. So Chyavan Muni offers them that I can make arrangement that you will get Somarasa, but in return you make me look younger. So Ashwini Kumaras took Chyavan Muni and to some lake, and after taking a dip, 3 handsome people come out of that lake. So Ashwini Kumaras, they were already handsome, and also Chyavan Muni looks exactly like the Ashwini Kumaras after taking dip at that particular lake. Then Sukanya could not identify who is the actual husband. So 3 handsome men, similar looking, they appeared before Sukanya. So Sukanya then requested the Ashwini Kumaras to reveal the actual husband. So although Sukanya had the option that she can choose anyone, even the Ashwini Kumaras, she was very, very chaste, and she asked that, who is my husband? I only want to serve my husband. So during that time, so now Chyavan Muni has transformed into a very young, handsome man. Then Saryati, the father of Sukanya, visited that hermitage. Then he found that Sukanya was living with a handsome man, and Saryati remembers that I got my daughter married to Chyavan Muni. Chyavan Muni does not look like this. So he doubted the character of Sukanya. Maybe Sukanya is staying with some other man. So, and Saryati chastised her daughter, Sukanya. Then Sukanya proudly explained the story of transformation of Chavana and proved her chastity. Then Chavana Muni was going to offer some Somarasa to the Ashwini Kumaras as he promised. Then suddenly Indra came there and Indra objected that Chavana Muni, you cannot give Somarasa to these Ashwini Kumaras. Indra threw the thunderbolt, attacked Chavana Muni. By the Tapobal, Chavana Muni paralyzed the hand of Indra and offered the Somarasa to Ashwini Kumaras. So this is how there was a battle between Chavana Muni and Indra was paralyzed. So now comes the Saryati's descendants. Among the descendants comes Revata and then Kakudmi. So this Kakudmi is very famous. Kakudmi went to Brahmaji once to ask for a suitable groom for his daughter Revati. Kakudmi's daughter is Revati. So Kakudmi went to Brahmaji and was waiting for a while. Brahmaji was busy to listening to some music, and Kakudmi waited for a while in Brahmaloka. Then finally, when Brahmaji addressed, Brahmaji told, "Tell Kakudmi what is your problem." Then Kakudmi told, "I want to get my daughter married." Brahmaji told, "Oh, you have waited for some time in Brahmaloka, and Brahmaloka's time is very different from the earthly planetary systems. One kalpa or 12 hours in Brahmaloka is equivalent to 432 crore years in earth. So you have waited for some muhurtas and several yuga cycles have passed in earth. So now Dwapar Yuga is there. And Balaramji, along with the Supreme Lord Krishna, is doing pastime. So better to get your daughter married to Balaramji." So then Brahma suggested to give Revati to Balaramji. And Balaram took the plow and reduced the height of Revati because Revati was from the earlier ages and Balaram came in the Dwapar Yuga. So Balaramji's size was small and Revati's size was bigger because of the previous Yuga. And then Balaramji took the plow and reduced the height of Revati and then married Revati. So this is the story of Saryati, another son of Vaivashvat Manu. Then comes another son, Navaga. Navaga is Vaivashvat Manu's son and Navaga's son is Navaga. So Navaga stayed in a Gurukul for a long time. And then other sons of Navaga thought that this Navaga is not going to come back. So they distributed the property of the father among themselves. And when finally Navaga returned, there was nothing that they can offer to Navaga. Then the brothers tricked him and told, "Oh, brother, do you know, we are giving you the topmost property. Our father is your property. Okay, there is no other material property for you, but our father is your property." So then Navaga goes back to his father Navaga. And Navaga then tells his son Navaga that actually your brothers have tricked you. I am not a property, I am actually a liability for you. So because you are so pure and you are ready to accept me as your property, I'll give you some benedictions. So you go to the sacrificial arena for Angira Rishi, help in the sacrifice, and then whatever remaining riches are there, you can collect them. So Navaga did exactly like that, helped in the sacrificial arena of Angira Rishi. And then he was about to collect the remnants of riches, and then a black person, who is Lord Shiva in disguise, came and claimed that these riches belong to me. Then Navaga told, "No, my father has told me that if I assist Angira Rishi in the yajna, then I can collect this." So then Lord Shiva um, told that, "Okay, let's go to your father and decide these riches belong to whom." And then when Navaga came to his father Navaga with that black person, Lord Shiva in disguise, then father also told, "No, actually this belongs to this black person, Lord Shiva." So then immediately Navaga told, "Okay, if my father is saying that, I'm ready to accept." So seeing the simplicity and detachment of Navaga, Lord Shiva was very pleased, and Lord Shiva gave all the riches back to Navaga. At the same time, Lord Shiva blessed, and Lord Shiva also gave knowledge to Navaga. Because of this benediction of Lord Shiva, Navaga begot a very wonderful son named Ambarish Maharaj, a very famous devotee of the Supreme Lord. And Ambarish Maharaj is a very pure devotee, engaging all the senses always in the service of the Supreme Lord. engages the mind, the hand, the power of speech, everything. Sabai mana Krishna padara vindayo, vacham Shri Vaikuntha gunanu varnane, karau harir mandiram arjana adishu, shrutim chakarachyuta satkathodaya, like that. So he was very, very devotional, pious, and his citizens were also very Krishna conscious because the king is Krishna conscious. He was extremely detached from the royal facilities and relatives. Although he was a king, he was living like a detached person. So once in Mathura, Ambarish Maharaj was performing a Ekadashi in the Kartik and had to break his fast in the Dwadashi during the Paran time. Suddenly, Durvasa Muni came as a guest. Ambarish Maharaj welcomed Durvasa Muni, and then Durvasa Muni told that I am going to take bath and then I will come back. So Ambarish Maharaj was waiting, and now the Paran time was passing. So Ambarish Maharaj was little worried that what should I do? If I miss this Paran time, I have to wait for 1 year. I have to keep a fast for 1 year. Ambarish Maharaj was very, very meticulous about the devotional principles. So then Ambarish Maharaj consulted the Brahmanas, and the Brahmanas told that what you can do, you can take some achaman. Taking achaman is considered to be breaking the fast at the same time and also not breaking the fast. So because Ambarish Maharaj was doing a complete nirjal fast, taking achaman is considered to be breaking fast. Then Durvasa Muni came back, and when Durvasa Muni found that Ambarish Maharaj has broke the fast, he was very, very angry. It was a very minimal offense, and also and it cannot be also said like an offense because Ambarish Maharaj was bound by the duty to do the Paran activity and also consulted the Brahmanas. But Durvasa Muni was very, very angry that how can you take something without offering to the guest? So Durvasa Muni momentarily thought he is a very important person as a guest, and honoring guest is more important than following Ekadashi, which is the devotional principle. So Durvasa Muni got a little confused about the priority of the devotional principles. Ambarish Maharaj was a pure devotee, and Ambarish Maharaj was ready to accept this punishment. So this is the nature of a devotee. Tiraskrita vipralabdha shapta shipta hata api naishatat pratikurvanti tad bhakta prabhavopihi. Even if the devotee is attempted to be murdered, devotee is so glorious that devotee will not retaliate. A pure devotee like Ambarish Maharaj was thinking, Durvasa Muni is a great sage. If Durvasa Muni thinks that I should die, then I am ready to die. And everything happens by the desire of the Supreme Lord. If Durvasa Muni curses me and Supreme Lord sanctions that I should die, why should I live? I am living for only serving the Supreme Lord. If the Supreme Lord wishes that I should die, then I must accept it. And if the Supreme Lord does not approve, then whatever happens, I will not die. So why should I worry? I should just accept the situation. So this is how Ambarish Maharaj readily accepted the situation with folded palms. And Durvasa Muni created a fiery demon to kill Ambarish Maharaj. And Ambarish Maharaj did not even go 1 feet back. Ambarish Maharaj was ready to get devoured by that fiery demon. Suddenly what happened? Sudarshan disc came, and Sudarshan Chakra started chasing this this Durvasa Muni. Immediately killed that fiery demon first, and then started chasing Durvasa Muni. Durvasa Muni went to different places like Brahma Loka, Shiva Loka. No one could help. Everyone saw Sudarshan is coming, and then they told that this is the case we cannot handle. You should go to Vishnu in Vaikuntha. Sudarshan is the weapon of Vishnu. Vishnu can help you. So then finally, this Durvasa Muni went to Vaikuntha. And then the Supreme Lord says, Aham Bhakta Paradhino. I am completely controlled by my devotees. Vishnu further said that Sadhavo Hridayam Mahyam Sadhunam Hridayasmaham Madannatena Janapi Naham Tevya Managapi. So I know no one except my devotees. My devotees know no one except me. So I cannot help you. Who are you, the third person? And actually, I did not order Sudarshan to go and protect Ambarish. Sudarshan, without my permission, left my hand because I have given this power of attorney that if my devotee is harmed, you need not take my permission. You can just go and kill that offender. So therefore, Sudarshan is doing the job, and I have not really Sudarshan, so I cannot help you. So the remedy is you have to go back to Ambarish Maharaj and fall at the feet of Ambarish Maharaj. So then Durvasa Muni understood the power of a devotee. A devotee is equal to Krishna. The devotee's power is equal to Krishna's power, and Krishna's power is equal to infinite. Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Why? Because devotee is like the son, children of Krishna, who is perfectly aligned with Krishna's desire. So just like if a son is perfectly aligned with the father, all the properties of the father is automatically inherited to that son. Similarly, the devotees automatically inherit all the potencies of the Supreme Lord because they are surrendered unto the lotus feet of the Lord. So then Durvasa Muni realized this and fall at the feet of Ambarish Maharaj. Ambarish Maharaj was so glorious. Ambarish Maharaj prayed to Sudarshan, "Oh Sudarshan, I am ready to exchange all my devotional credits. I just want that you spare the life of Durvasa Muni." That Durvasa Muni was going to kill Ambarish Maharaj. Ambarish Maharaj is ready to exhaust all his devotional credits and pious credits just to save this Durvasa Muni. And after exhausting all those pious credits, this Ambarish Maharaj was ready to suffer the sinful reactions. So this is the mood of a devotee, inconceivable completely. Then Durvasa Muni also glorified Ambarish Maharaj and started glorifying the devotees thereafter. So then the dynasty of Ikshvaku will now be explained. Ikshvaku is another son of Vaibhava Manu. So there are many sons of Ikshvaku. Prominent ones are Bhikukshi, Nimi, and Dandaka. So regarding Bhikukshi, Ikshvaku sent Bhikukshi to hunt animals for sacrifice sometime. And out of hunger, this Bhikukshi ate the flesh of rabbit and offered the rest of the flesh to the sacrifice. So Ikshvaku was very angry because Bhikukshi contaminated the sacrificial offering, banished Bhikukshi out of the kingdom. And after the retirement of Ikshvaku, Bhikukshi came back and became the king. Then Bhikukshi's son is Puranjaya, and this Puranjaya had 3 names. So Puranjaya, why the name Puranjaya is given? Because he conquered the demons and helped the demigods. So Puranjaya. Therefore, the name is given. Another name is Indravaha, because this Puranjaya gave a condition to Indra that if Indra becomes his bull, then he will fight. So Indravaha means Indra is carrying Puranjaya on his shoulder. Indra becomes the carrier. Therefore, the name is Indravaha. And another name is Kakutstha, because he sat on the hump of that bull who was actually Indra. So 3 names of Puranjaya is given. So Puranjaya is Bhikukshi's son, and Bhikukshi is the son of Ikshvaku. So therefore, this is how short pastimes of different kings and in different dynasties are explained in the 9th canto. Now Puranjaya's lineage is explained. In the Puranjaya's lineage comes Kubalashva and Juvanashva. And Juvanashva, what happened? By performing Indra Jagya, Juvanashva got some sons. Then, being thirsty, Juvanashva drank some sanctified water for sacrifice, which was supposed to be drank by his wife to beget son. So therefore, kind of Juvanashva became pregnant, and from Juvanashva's abdomen came Mandhata. So this is how, but we have to remember so many different kings in the lineage. It will be difficult to remember. Just we have to remember this Mandhata is very important figure. In the dynasty of Ikshvaku comes Mandhata. And Mandhata's son-in-law is Saubhari. So now we will hear the pastime of Saubhari Rishi. So Saubhari Rishi was doing austerities inside the water. Very intense austerity he was doing. He was a great sage. Saw some fishes mating in that water and immediately developed some lusty desires. So one may question that why Saubhari Rishi developed lusty desire just by seeing the fishes mating. He is such a elevated sage, sense controlled. Then why this happens? Because of Vaishnava Aparad. The Saubhari Rishi did some Vaishnava Aparad to Gadura. Gadura, because he is in the body of eagle, Garuda's natural food is fishes. And Garuda was about to eat fishes, and Saubhari was very much compassionate to the fishes. And Saubhari told Gadura that I am protecting these fishes and you should not come here. If you come here, I will curse you. Something like that. So although Gadura, being the carrier of Vishnu, was not like entitled to any curse, he can immediately retaliate that curse. But because of this offensive behavior, Gadura was not doing any offense. Gadura was just taking his natural food. But Saubhari Muni committed some offense to Garuda, and therefore, just by seeing a simple activity of mating of the feces, this Saubhari Muni developed some lusty desires and immediately fell down, went to Mandhata and asked that I want to marry your daughters. So this Mandhata was not very interested to get his daughters married to Saubhari Rishi, because Saubhari Muni, due to austerity, was not very good looking. Then Saubhari Muni immediately understood that, oh, because of my looks, Mandhata is indirectly saying me no. Because I am a sage, Mandhata is not directly saying me no, but there is an indirect no. So immediately, this Saubhari Muni transformed himself into a handsome man, and all the 50 daughters started fighting with each other to marry this Saubhari Muni. And Saubhari Muni accepted all of them, begot 100 sons through each of them. So much sense gratification and sexual activities Saubhari Muni performed. This is certainly a degradation and fall down of Saubhari Muni. So even after doing such sense gratification, Saubhari Muni was still unsatisfied, and people should learn from this example of Saubhari Muni. And ultimately, Saubhari Muni took to Brahmaprastha, and the wives also followed Saubhari Muni, and finally came back to devotional service, but wasted a lot of time because of that Vaishnava Parad. So now the sons of Mandhata are discussed: Purukutsa, Muchukunda, Ambarisha, and this Ambarisha is different from the Ambarish Maharaj. Purukutsa married Narmada, who is the sister of the serpents in Rasatala, and he also killed some evil Gandharvas in Rasatala. That is explained. Now the descendants of Purukutsa is explained. Purukutsa's descendants are Satyabrata, who was also known as Trishanku. This Trishanku, why he is known as Trishanku? Because of 3 faults in his character. What are the 3 faults of Trishanku? Trishanku kidnapped a bride during marriage, cursed by her father. Okay. And Trishanku killed a milking cow of a guru, and Trishanku enjoyed some unsanctified items. So therefore he was named as Trishanku. So when Trishanku kidnapped a bride during the marriage, he was cursed by the father, and then became a Chandala. He went to Vishwamitra, and Vishwamitra, by the potency or Tapovala, sent Trishanku to the heavenly planets in the same body of the Chandala body. And the demigods rejected that you came to heaven in the Chandala body. Who sent you? Vishwamitra. So there was a fight between Vishwamitra and the demigods. So Vishwamitra was trying to push Trishanku up to the demigods, and the demigods are trying to push down Trishanku. And Trishanku was stuck in the middle by the power of Vishwamitra, like that. So that's regarding Trishanku. Trishanku's son is Harishchandra. Harishchandra did not have a son, and Harishchandra prayed to Varun Dev, and Varun Dev gave him a son named Rahita. But the condition was, when the son was mature enough, Harishchandra had to return that son to Varuna. But actually Harishchandra was not returning that son, and he was delaying that, okay, let me wait till 10 days, then I will give. Then let me wait till the teeth is developed. Let me wait till the first teeth falls. This is how he was delaying. Okay, so kept postponing due to attachment to his son, Rohita. So when Rohita, the son, came to know that his father was going to sacrifice him to Varuna, he escaped with bow and arrow. And Harishchandra developed dropsy, some disease, because he did not fulfill the promise to Varuna. Then Rohita comes back, and Rohita was diverted to some pilgrimage by Indra. So 5 years Rohita was diverted and came in the 6th year. So these 5 years his father Harishchandra was suffering. Then purchased a slave called Sunashepa and offered it to the father, and told that the slave is also considered to be one's own son. So you can use this slave in the sacrifice. So you don't have to sacrifice me. So this is how Sunashepa, and the slave was also not killed, and Vishwamitra accepted him as son, and sacrifice performed, and Varuna was pleased without killing anyone. And Harishchandra was finally relieved of the disease by the intervention of Vishwamitra. And now there is a quarrel between Vasishtha and Vishwamitra, that is also explained. So they are always competitors, these 2 sages. They are always disagreeing. So Vishwamitra took all the property of Harishchandra in the name of accepting donation for the sacrifice, And Vasishtha was protesting this, and Vasishtha cursed Vishwamitra to become a bird. Vishwamitra also cursed back Vasishtha to become bird, and they started fighting as birds. Later, Vasishtha gave spiritual knowledge to Harishchandra, and Harishchandra perfected life. So this is how we see the dynasty of Mandhata, and we see the pastimes of Harishchandra, Rahita, and different sages. Now, in the lineage of Harishchandra comes another son, another king called Sagara. So Bahuka is another king who comes in the lineage of Harishchandra, and Bahuka died. After the death of Bahuka, his wife was also going to enter fire. Because Bahuka's wife was pregnant, his guru Aurba stopped her, and other wives were not pregnant, and now Bahuka is pregnant, so other wives, they became envious, and they poisoned this wife who was pregnant. So the queen died, but the child did not die. The child did not die, but the child was born with poison. So therefore, his name is Sagara. Gara means Visha or poison. Sagara means one who is born with poison. So the name is not Sagar, but it is Sagar. So this Sagar Maharaj performed many sacrifices and many Ashwamedha sacrifices. And when someone does Ashwamedha sacrifices, Indra becomes very insecure. So Indra was insecure, and Indra stole the horse so that he cannot complete the Ashwamedha sacrifices. Now Sagar Maharaj had two wives, Sumati and Keshini. Sumati's sons were searching for the horses and were digging the entire earth, and finally they came to Ganga Sagar and saw the hermitage of Lord Kapila, who is the avatar of the Supreme Lord. We have seen in the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So they thought that, oh, they found the horse near the hermitage of Kapila, and they thought that Kapila has stole the horse. So they attempted to kill Kapila, and due to this offense, they died, and they was burnt to ashes. Now, so these are the sons of Sumati. Sumati is one of the wives of Sagar Maharaj. So Sumati's sons, they are burnt to ashes. So Sagar Maharaj had another wife, Keshini. Keshini's son is Asamanjasa. Asamanjasa is externally behaved like a cruel person, but he was kind of a mystic yogi. And Asamanjasa's son is Amshuman, who was very loyal to his grandfather Sagara. Now this Ansuman went to search for the horses, and he also came to Ganga Sagar, saw the ashes of his uncles, means Sumati's sons, and then prayed to Lord Kapila that how can I revive my uncles. So then Kapila told that the remedy is you have to bring Ganga to this world, then only your uncles can be revived. So from this onwards, there is a ritual of offering the ashes to the Ganges. So if the water of Ganga touches one's ashes, that person is considered to be delivered. So chapter 9 discusses the dynasty of Amsuman. So Ansuman failed to bring Ganga. Ansuman's son Dilipa also failed. And Dilipa's son Bhagiratha finally could bring Ganga by his austerities. So before coming, Ganga Devi gave two conditions, that you have to make sure of two things, then only I can come. Who will bear my force? I will come with a huge force, and with that huge force, I will drown entire Bhumandala to the Garbhodoka ocean. So you need to make some arrangement to bear my force. Another concern is people in Kali Yuga, they will dump their sinful reactions in me, and I will get contaminated. So what is the remedy for that? So Bhagirath arranged for both. Bhagirath requested Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva agreed to bear the force of Mother Ganges. And Bhagirath also told Ganga Devi that when Vaishnavas, the devotees of the Lord, they will take bath in your water, you will get purified of the sinful reactions. So this is how Ganga came, and the Sagara sons, they were relieved. So in the dynasty of Bhagiratha comes Saudasa. So the Saudasa killed one demon brother. Then other demon brother joined as a cook in disguise. Then Saudasa called Vasishtha for a meal, and this demon who was disguised as a cook served human flesh to Vasishtha. And then Vasishtha cursed Saudasa that you are inviting me in your home and offering me flesh. Then Vasishtha cursed Saudasa to become demon. Saudasa was also going to curse Vasishtha, but his wife stopped, threw the sanctified water on his leg, and there was black spots in his leg, and therefore he is also known as Kalmashapada. Then wife helped her like a friend, and therefore he is also known as Mitrashaha. So Vasishtha repented when he realized that Saudasa was not the culprit. The actual culprit was the demon who was disguised as a cook. So then Vasishtha told Saudasa will be demon for 12 years only. Then Saudasa wanted to eat a Brahmana during union, and the Brahmani pleaded because Saudasa was in the demoniac nature, wanted to eat a Brahmana. So Saudasa killed and ate the flesh of a Brahmana. Now he acquired another curse by that Brahmani to die during union. So after 12 years, when Saudasa became normal, one day he wanted to unite with his wife, and the wife stopped, reminding of the curse that if you unite with me, you will die because of the curse of the Brahmani. Later, Vasishtha blessed them with a son, because without union, how can they have son? Vasishtha blessed and they got the son. So that is the story of Saudasa. And now Khatwanga Maharaj is another king who comes in the lineage of Saudasa. What is the story of Khatwanga Maharaj? So Khatwanga Maharaj was fighting a battle on behalf of the demigods. And then finally, when the demigods won the battle, Khatwanga Maharaj asked the demigods, how much time is left for me? Demigods told that you only have one muhurta to live. After that, you will die. You have spent the entire life fighting with us. So, like fighting on behalf of us. So immediately Khatwanga Maharaj gave up all material thoughts and focused the mind on the Supreme Lord. And within one muhurta, 48 minutes, he perfected his life. No prior devotional service, only 48 minutes of devotional service, and he perfected life, went back to Godhead. So this is the example cited in Srimad Bhagavatam, that if one is sincere in devotional service, one can even perfect his life within one muhurta. It does not take multiple years or multiple lifetimes. Depends on our sincerity. Now comes the pastimes of Lord Ramachandra, who is the ultimate incarnation of the Supreme Lord in the Sun dynasty. In Sun dynasty, the Lord came as Ramachandra. In Moon dynasty, Lord comes as Krishnachandra. So grandson of this Khatwanga Maharaj is Raghu. Raghu's grandson is Dasharath, and Dasharath's son is Lord Rama. So Brahmaji prayed to the Lord with demigods, and Lord promised to come every time whenever there is an incarnation of the Lord. There is some problem in earth, and the Supreme Lord says, I will come and relieve earth. So Dasharath Maharaj conducted that Putra Kameshti Yagya for begetting sons, and begot Ram, Lakshmana, Bharat, Shatrugna, who were taken care and nurtured by Vasishtha Muni. So this Ram, Lakshman, Bharat, Shatrugna, they were Vasudev, Shankarsan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha from the Chaturvyuha. So Vishwamitra came one day and wanted to take Ram and Lakshman for killing demons, because the demons are disturbing in the fire sacrifices. So initially Dasharath was very much reluctant and hesitant, because Ram and Lakshman, they were like the heart of Dasharath. That is the pranavayu, vital air of Dasharath. So Dasharath cannot live without them. But ultimately, Dasharath thought that, okay, this is for the benefit of Ram and Lakshmana. And a sage is coming and asking, so I must give. So Ramachandra killed the first demon, Tataka. And Tataka was a female demon. So Ramachandra was a little hesitant to kill this female. Ramachandra will kill so many demons, but the first demon is a female. So here the lesson is that Guru's grace is important than public disgrace. We may have so many conceptions, hesitance, like we can be, we can have different kinds of hesitation, social restrictions. But to please Guru, we can go against all of this. So that is the lesson taught by Lord Ramachandra to us. Then finally, gradually, Lord Ramachandra kills Subahu and Maricha to protect the Yagyasthali, and deliverance of Ahalya. Ahalya, the wife of Gautama Rishi, was cursed to become a stone, and then Lord Ramachandra placed the lotus feet and Ahalya revived. And Lord Ramachandra broke the bow of Lord Shiva, Haradhanu, and thereafter Lord Ramachandra married to Mother Sita. So these are all coming in Ramayana. And because Parikshit Maharaj has already heard Ramayana in detail, so Sukadev Goswami in Srimad Bhagavatam is very briefly giving the description of the pastimes of Lord Ramachandra. Then the encounter with Parashuram is also explained. Parashuram and Lord Ramachandra met, and Parashuram wanted to test Ramachandra, gave the Vishnu Dhanush. Lord Ramachandra immediately picked up that Vishnu Dhanush, and then Parashuram realized that the next incarnation Ramachandra has arrived. So then Parashuram retired and Lord Ramachandra performed further pastimes. Then Ramachandra was coronated and was about to get coronated. Then Kaikeyi, one of the wives of Dasharath, asked for the 2 boons which she acquired previously by protecting the life of Dasharath. And Kaikeyi wanted Bharat to be the king. So then 14 years of Vanavas happened, we all know. Ram, Sita, Lakshman went to the forest, and on separation of Ram, Dasharath left the body. Then during that exile, Guha helped Lord Ramachandra to cross the river, became friend of Lord. Lord Ramachandra is living in the forest with the sages, killed different demons like Kavandha. And Surpanakha once came to marry Lord Ramachandra. Lord Ramachandra sent Surpanakha to Lakshman, and Surpanakha tried to kill Sita, and Lakshman cut the nose and ears of Surpanakha. Then Lord Ramachandra also killed Khara and Dushana and attacked 14,000 demons, and single-handedly they were annihilated by Lord Ramachandra. Then finally we see that Lord Ramachandra abducted Mother Sita, and to revive Mother Sita, Lord Ramachandra make a friendship with Sugriva. And before that, this pastime of Maricha happened. Ravana went to Maricha for help. Ravana did not accept the good advice of Maricha, and then Maricha finally, in being instructed by Ravana, took the form of the golden deer, and Mother Sita was interested to keep that golden deer and to feed that golden deer and show some affection. So told Ramachandra that, can you give me that golden deer? Then Ramachandra went, and then Maricha made a sound which sounds like Lord Ramachandra is in danger. Then Lakshman went to protect Ramachandra. Lakshman actually knew that Lord Ramachandra is not in danger. It is Maricha who is making such a Mayavi voice. But at the same time, Mother Sita was very much worried. So Mother Sita finally chastised Lakshmana and sent him to help Lord Ramachandra. And in the meantime, Ravana came and abducted Mother Sita. So here also, the lesson is one should endeavor to protect chaste wife. Undue attachment leads to lamentation, vipralambarasha. So then Lord Ramachandra was lamenting when Mother Sita was kidnapped. Lord Ramachandra also chastised Lakshmana. Why did you leave? You should have known that no one can harm me. So then Lakshman explained that actually it was Mother Sita who chastised me and sent me to help you. So this is how the pastimes of Lord Ramachandra is explained very briefly. Then Lakshman, they are searching for Mother Sita and saw Sita, and Lord Ramachandra performs the final rites of Jatayu as a son. So Jatayu, in the journey when Ravana was taking Mother Sita, Jatayu objected, and Ravana actually killed Jatayu. So then Jatayu informed about Mother Sita to Ramachandra, and Jatayu was a father-like figure to Lord Ramachandra, and Ramachandra performed the final rites for Jatayu as a son. So Jatayu, because he served the Lord and he was killed while serving the Lord, so Jatayu was very, very fortunate that Lord Ramachandra himself performed the final rites. Even Lord Ramachandra's own father, Dasharath, did not have that fortune that Lord Ramachandra is performing the final rites, but Jatayu had that fortune. So, and then Lord Ramachandra blessed Savari by accepting the berries from Savari, which Savari was actually testing the berries first. If it is sweet, then he would offer to Ramachandra. In general, we cannot offer anything which is already tasted by us, but it was the love of Sabari and Lord Ramachandra reciprocated. Then Hanuman comes in disguise of a Brahmana. Hanuman tests Lord Ramachandra, and Hanuman finally identifies his Prabhu, Lord Ramachandra. Hanuman takes Ramachandra to Sugriva, and there was a deal. Ramachandra kings Vali, and Sugriva helps Lord Ramachandra with the entire monkey army to find Mother Sita. Then Hanuman goes to Lanka and shows the Ramachandra's ring to Mother Sita. Then Ramachandra started for Lanka with all the monkey army and built that bridge over the ocean. And Initially, Ramchandra actually asked the ocean that, can you give me path? The ocean was not giving any attention to Ramchandra's request. Then Ramchandra showed the Bhagavatta. Ramchandra was very angry, and because of that anger of Ramchandra, entire ocean started boiling. Then the ocean god came and told that you can build Rama Setu. I could not identify you. Please forgive me. So then Ramchandra took the contribution of the monkeys and different living entities, even the squirrels. They were offering some minute quantities of sand. So Ramchandra accepted also that. Then finally they crossed the ocean, and from the Ravana's army, Vibhishan joined the party of Ramachandra. Vibhishan was a devotee of Ramachandra. Then Ramachandra killed Kumbhakarna, killed Ramana, and Mandadari was crying. Mandadari was the chaste wife of Ramana. Mandadari was crying that I gave advice to my husband Ravana not to torture this another chaste wife, Sita. So then finally Ramachandra instructed Vibhishan to perform the final rites of Ravana and made Vibhishan the king of Lanka. Then Agni Pariksha of Mother Sita is also there. Mother Sita enters the fire and proves chastity. So people generally criticize Ramachandra for this, but the actual pastime is that actual Sita was hidden by Agni Dev. The Sita that Ravana kidnapped is Maya Sita. And during this episode of Agni Pariksha, the actual Sita was exchanged with Mother's Maya Sita. So Lord Ramchandra accepted the actual Sita. So this description comes in the Puranas. So Lord Ramachandra comes back to Ayodhya and coronated as the king. Then Ram Rajya is there, and after certain period of this ruling of Lord Ramachandra, there was a Dhobi who actually was a demon, and that demon had a particular benediction that he will only be killed if Shakti and Shaktiman separate due to him. So this Dhobi was there in Ramachandra's Leela, and this Dhobi commented on the character of Mother Sita, that Ramachandra, how can Ramachandra accept Mother Sita? This Mother Sita has spent such a long time with in the kingdom of Ravana. So how can Lord Ramachandra accept this Mother Sita? So when Ramachandra heard of all those things, then Ramachandra realized that if Mother Sita hears that due to her people are criticizing Lord Ram, then Mother Sita will immediately leave the body. So to protect Mother Sita, Lord Ramachandra sent Mother Sita out of the kingdom. So this is the actual story. People here also criticize Lord Ramachandra that Ramachandra rejected Mother Sita. No, Lord Ramachandra did not reject. If Lord Ramachandra did not keep Mother Sita out of the kingdom, Mother Sita will hear all these gossips and she will leave the body. So finally, Mother Sita was kept in the ashram of Valmiki, and she gave birth to Lava and Kush, who are the sons of Ramachandra. And this is how Ram Rajya went for 13,000 years. And the Falashruti is, if one hears this episode of Ramachandra described in Srimad Bhagavatam, he gets liberation from all the bondage. Then chapter 1 discusses Lord Ramachandra's rules and over this world. And chapter 12 discusses the dynasty of Kusha, the son of Lord Ramachandra. Chapter 13 discusses the dynasty of Maharaj Nimi. So one time Vasishtha conducted a sacrifice for Indra and told Nimi that, okay, I will also conduct sacrifice for you. You just wait for some time. So Nimi conducted the sacrifice without waiting for Vasishtha. And Vasishtha cursed Nimi, Nimi cursed back Vasishtha. Both lost their material bodies. Then Vasishtha was reborn from the semen of Mitra Varuna. And when they saw Urvashi, this Mitra Varuna discharged semen and Vasishtha was born. And Nimi actually did not accept material body again. So this is how went back to Godhead. So from now onwards, the Moon dynasty will be explained. And the Moon dynasty starts from Brahma. Brahma's son is Atri Muni. Atri Muni's son is Soma. The Soma means the moon god. So the Soma kidnapped Tara. Tara was the wife of Brihaspati due to lust. And then Soma impregnated Tara. And Tara was very ashamed to confess that. Then Brahmaji asked Tara in confidence that who was the father of the son of Tara. So, and this son is Buddha. Okay, this was actually the son of moon god. Then Tara actually revealed, no, this is not the son of Brihaspati, this is the son of moon god. Okay, and there is also another pastime where Atri Muni had 3 sons. Atri Muni's wife is Anusuya, and Atri Muni had 3 sons: Soma, who is the expansion of Brahma, Dattatreya, who is the expansion of Vishnu, and Durvasha, who is the expansion of Shiva. And then this pastime happened that the moon god Soma impregnated Tara and Buddha was born. And we have already discussed that Buddha was attracted to Ila, who was the daughter of Vaivashvat Manu, and Pururuba was born. And now this Pururuba will continue the moon dynasty. So Narada Muni started glorifying Pururuba in heaven. Urvashi got attracted by hearing the character of Pururuba. Urvashi came to earth due to some curse of Mitra Varuna. And then Pururuba was also attracted to Urvashi. And Pururuba wanted to marry Urvashi. Urvashi gave 3 conditions. That you have to protect my lambs. Urvashi had 2 lambs. So you have to protect my lambs. I will only eat ghee-made food because I am coming from the heavenly planets. And I should never see you naked in front of me. So these are the 3 conditions Urvashi gave. Pururuba accepted and married. They started enjoying. One day what happened? Indra was missing Urvashi in the heavenly planets. Indra sent some Gandharvas that somehow bring Urvashi back from the earthly planets. So these Gandharvas, they stole the lamps of Urvashi. And in the middle of the night, the Gandharvas stole the horses. So Pururuba was failed to protect those lamps, and Urvashi started chastising Pururuba. And Urvashi told, you are important. So Pururuba controlled the anger, picked up the sword to kill the Gandharvas. And that time the Gandharvas left, and Gandharva also released those lamps. So Pururuba gets back those lamps, but in the middle of the night, he was not properly dressed. He was kind of naked. And Urvashi left for the heaven because the conditions are violated. Lamps are not protected, and Urvashi saw Pururuba in the naked condition. So Pururuba was very much attracted to Urvashi, wanted to get Urvashi at any cost. So Pururuba met Urvashi again in Kurukshetra sometime. So Urvashi surprised to see that how Pururuba is obsessed with Urvashi. Urvashi told that you should not get too much attached to me. Okay. But Pururuba was not ready. So they finally agreed to meet once a year. Pururuba started worshipping the Gandharvas to attain Urvashi. And somehow Pururuba attained the planet of Gandharvas and started enjoying with Urvashi. Now, this is where the pastime ends here. But in the 11th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, it is explained that how even after long enjoyment, Pururuba was dissatisfied. And finally, Pururuba was lamenting. In the 11th canto, there is a section called Aila Gita, the son of Ila. The son of Ila is Pururuba. And therefore, Aila Gita means the song of Pururuba, the lamentation of Pururuba. So Pururuba is lamenting that I have wasted so much of my time in sense gratification, but still I am dissatisfied. And finally took the shelter of the Supreme Lord and perfected his life. So we are seeing this repeatedly. We are seeing this for Pururuba, we are seeing this for Sohuri Muni, and also we will see this for Yayati. That sense gratification cannot satisfy us. So that is the lesson. We need to take lesson from the life of these great souls without offending them. Indra, Yayati, Pururuba, Sohuri. Now, Lord Parashuram is also explained in this connection in the chapter 15. So, Pururuba and Urvashi's son is Bijaya. From Bijaya comes Gadhi. Gadhi's daughter is Satyavati. This Satyavati was married to Richika Rishi. And what happened? Richika Rishi was a Brahmana. So, Richika Rishi wanted to perform some sacrifice for begetting a children. So Richika performed the sacrifice for begetting sons for his wife Satyavati and also his mother-in-law. Mother-in-law means the wife of Gadhi. But what happened? This Satyavati and Satyavati's mother, they exchanged the oblations. So this Richika Rishi infested Brahmana potency for his own wife because he was a Brahmana. he wanted a Brahmana son. And for his mother-in-law, who was a Kshatrani, he infested the Kshatra Tejas. But because they exchanged, now Richika Rishi's son, means Satyavati's son, will become a Kshatriya and Gadhi's son will become a Brahmana. So Richika was very angry to learn this. And Richika told, now you have to bear the consequences. Your son will be of Kshatriya nature and your so your son will be of Kshatriya nature, your mother-in-law's son will be Brahmana nature. So Satyavati was unhappy. Then Satyavati told, okay, we mistakenly did this. So actually what happened, this Gadhi's wife, Satyavati's mother, thought that might be the case that Richika Rishi has infested greater potency for his wife. So Gadhi's wife, Satyavati's mother, wanted that. So this is how they exchanged the oblations. And finally, when Satyavati requested Richika Rishi, this outcome was postponed for one generation. So Richika Rishi told, okay, I can forgive for one generation. Your son will be Brahmana, Jamadagni, but his son, your grandson will become Kshatriya. And that grandson is Lord Parashuram. So therefore, Lord Parashuram, although born in the Brahminical dynasty from Jamadagni, had a Kshatriya nature. So one time, and similarly, Vishwamitra born in Kshatriya family, but with a Brahminical nature. So one time, Kartavirya Arjuna was a great, powerful king, and he was very powerful by the blessings of Dattatreya. He defeated Ravana also. So Kartavirya Arjuna came to the hermitage of Jamadagni, and when they came, this Jamadagni welcomed them, gave them a royal welcome, because Jamadagni had this cow called Kamadhenu, and this Kamadhenu cow can produce all different foodstuffs and give you anything what you want, like a kalpa briksha. So then, when Kartavirya Arjuna found that Jamadagni had this special cow called Kamadhenu, Kartavirya Arjuna told that I am the king, I should have this cow. You give this cow to me. Then Jamadagni told, no, I only have this cow and I need this for sacrifices, for yajna, for producing different milk products. So what happened? Forcefully, Kartavirya Arjuna snatched that Kamadhenu. When Parashuram learned this, Parashuram chopped the hands and killed Kartavirya Arjuna. That you have offended my father, forcefully took the cow. So Parashuram killed Kartavirya Arjuna. Then Jamadagni chastised that why did you kill the king? Jamadagni, the father of Parashuram, chastised Parashuram and told that to atone for this activity, you should go for pilgrimage for 1 year. So Parashuram was out for the pilgrimage. And during this time, what happened? Kartavirya Arjuna's sons, they come to the hermitage of Jamadagni to take the revenge of killing of their father. And they chopped the head of Jamadagni. Okay. And when Jamadagni was in meditation, Kartavirya Arjuna's sons chopped off the head of Jamadagni. When Parashuram came back and came to know, Parashuram went to Mahishmati, the kingdom of Kartavirya Arjuna, and chopped the heads of all the sons of Kartavirya Arjuna. And only 5 of them survived actually. And made a pile of dead bodies. Okay. And this is how Parashuram killed unscrupulous Kshatriyas for 21 generations, 21 times across the world. There's another pastime related to Lord Parashuram. One time, Jamadagni's wife, Renuka, means Parashuram's mother, got attracted to some Gandharva during collecting water. And got little late due to that, because of that attraction. When she came back, Jamadagni immediately understood by the Brahminical power that my wife is attracted to some Gandharva. So Jamadagni instructed his sons that kill your mother. Your mother is contaminated now. None of the sons agreed, but Parashuram was very loyal to his father, Jamadagni. Parashuram immediately agreed. And Parashuram killed his mother. This is surprising. But actually we'll see that Parashuram is very, very intelligent. Then Jamadagni ordered Parashuram to kill other brothers also, because the brothers, Parashuram's other brothers, they did not follow the instructions of Jamadagni. So Parashuram killed them also. Now Jamadagni was very pleased with Parashuram and asked, Parashuram, you can ask any benediction from me. Then Parashuram asked that, okay, revive the life of my mother and the brothers and give me the benediction that they should not remember I killed them. So this is how Parashuram exhibited intelligence, and Jamadagni was very pleased. So this is about Parashuram and Vishwamitra, Gadhi's son. Vishwamitra was born as a Kshatriya and later developed the qualities of Brahmana. Vishwamitra had 101 sons and also accepted Sunashapa. We already discussed that. So now we have seen about Pururuba. Now the lineage of Pururuba will be explained. So Pururuba and Urvashi. So Pururuba and Urvashi's son Vijaya, Vijaya's son Gadhi, this lineage we have explored. So Pururuba and Urvashi had their son Vijaya. We have explored this line. And Pururuba, Urvashi had other sons. And one of the sons is Ayu. Ayu had 5 sons. One of them is Nahusha. Nahusha becomes Indra when Indra was hiding in the lotus stem inside Manasa Sarovar. So Indra committed some offenses, grave offenses, by killing Vritrasur and also by killing his own guru, Vishwarupa, like that. So therefore Indra was punished in Manasa Sarovar. And Nahusha became Indra. Nahusha now wanted Indra's wife also. So that is one offense. And due to that, what happened? He also offended Indra's wife and also the sages, misbehaved with Agastha, and then Nahusha became a python. So that is the story of Ayu's son Nahusha. Pururuba Urvashi, starting of the Moon dynasty, Ayu, then Nahusha. And then Ayu's son is Kshatravidha. Kshatravidha's son is Dhanvantari, incarnation of the Lord. Description of the further son of the Ayu. Raji helped Indra to regain heavenly planets. Indra asked Raji to rule heaven. Raji's sons also wanted heaven, but Indra took back heaven from the sons of Raji. So that is also explained. Another son, Raji. Other sons of Ayu is Rava and Ina. Their brief description is given. Now Jajati is explained very in great detail. Who is Jajati? Pururuba and Urvasi's son is Ayu. Ayu's son is Nahusha. Nahusha's son is Jajati. So what is the pastime of Jajati? Shukracharya is the demon guru. Okay, and Shukracharya's daughter is Devajani. Brishaparva is the demon king. Brishaparva's daughter is Sarmishta. One time what happened? They were all taking bath in a sarovar, in a lake, and Lord Shiva was passing by. So immediately everyone started grabbing the clothes to dress themselves because Lord Shiva was passing. So in this haste, Sarmishta and Devajani's clothes got exchanged. Shukracharya's daughter and Brishaparva's daughter. So they were very angry because of this. So Devajani, out of pride, Devajani is the Brahmana girl, the daughter of Shukracharya. So Devajani, out of pride of being Brahmana girl, insulted Sarmishta that how dare you take my clothes? I am coming from a higher varna. Sarmishta also insulted Devajani that we are the king, we maintain you. How dare you take my clothes? And then Sarmishta was Kshatrani, powerful. So Sarmishta forcefully took the clothes of Devajani and threw her naked in a well. Now Devajani was suffering in that well, and King Jajati was passing by. And King Jajati spotted Devajani, lifted Devajani by hand. Now because Jajati has seen Devajani naked and touched her, now Jajati has to marry Devajani. So Jajati accepted Devajani, although it is a Pratilama marriage. That means the Brahmana is coming, the girl is coming from a higher varna and the boy is coming from a lower varna. It is not recommended, but still because of this particular situation, Jajati had to accept Devajani. So now Devajani was revived and Devajani complained to his father Shukracharya. Shukracharya became very angry, and when the demon king Brishaparva also learned about this incident, Brishaparva came running to Shukracharya to appease Shukracharya, because Brishaparva knows very well that if Shukracharya is offended and curses me, I will lose everything. So Brishaparva comes, falls at the feet of Shukracharya and tells Shukracharya, how can I pay for this nonsense activity of my daughter Sarmishta? So Shukracharya told that, okay, I will ask my daughter Devajani, whatever she wants, that will happen. So Devajani told, okay, I am now married to Jajati and I want Sarmishta to become my maid servant for the entire lifetime. So okay, that had to be done. Now Shukracharya gave a warning to his son-in-law Jajati, that Jajati, you are my son-in-law, you are married to my daughter Devajani. Now this Sarmishta is also coming along with my daughter to your palace as maid servant. Because Sarmishta is a Kshatrani and you are a Kshatriya, you may have some inclination to develop attachment to Sarmishta, but I am warning you should not do that. Okay. So Yajati accepted, but in due course, Yajati got attracted to Sarmishta and begot some sons through Sarmishta. Learning this, Devajani was also very angry and Shukracharya was also very angry. Shukracharya cursed Yajati to become an old man and then immediately realized that, okay, due to this, my own daughter Devajani will suffer. So therefore, Shukracharya wanted to do some adjustment to this curse. So Shukracharya told, okay, Yajati, I cannot revoke the curse, but if you can exchange your youth with some of your sons, then you can get back your youth. So Yajati had many sons. The eldest son is Yadu. So no one agreed to exchange a youth. Yadu flatly denied because Yadu knew very well that in my dynasty, the Supreme Lord Krishna is going to appear. So Yadu rejected. Finally, the youngest son, Puru, he was very much loyal to his father. Puru agreed that I can give my youth to you. So Yajati was very pleased. And this example of Puru is spoken in Srimad Bhagavatam. And it is advised that this is how a disciple should serve Guru, being completely surrendered. So a first class son means fulfills father's instruction even before telling. Similarly, for first class disciple, fulfills Guru's instruction even before telling. A second class son is executes instruction when told. The third class son is executes the instruction in a neglectful mood. Fourth class son is does not execute instructions at all. So Puru was a first class son, and this is how a disciple should serve the father. A disciple should serve the Guru. So not necessarily this is the right thing to do in this particular case, because Yajati, although he was the father, he was asking youth for sense gratification. So we cannot say Yadu did an offense. Yadu was telling, you are asking my youth for your sense gratification. I cannot do that. I have a larger objective, greater objective of making the Supreme Lord appear in my dynasty. So Yadu was also right. So Yajati enjoyed sense gratification for 1,000 years, taking the youth of his own son Puru, taking care of the citizens righteously. He was also righteous, worshipped the Lord also, but also doing sense gratification. Even after 1,000 years, Yajati is not satisfied after such sense gratification. And then chapter 19 discusses how King Yajati achieved liberation. Then at the end of life, Yajati narrates a story of two goats to Devajani. The she goat was in struggle, the male goat rescued, and the master of the goat gave her to him, got attracted to another she goat, and the master of the she goat punished even after enjoying long. He was not satisfied. So basically, this male goat and female goat, Yajati is speaking his own story that I got attracted and I got attracted to another goat, Sarmishta, like that. So he is telling his own story. And Yajati realized I wasted 1,000 years of my life. Even I exchange my youth with my own son. I am so shameless to enjoy sense gratification. And I am so much lusty. Sense gratification is so strong. A person should not even associate with mother, sister, or daughter in seclusion. The lusty desires can be so powerful. So gratifying senses will not pacify us. So the lesson is some basic sense gratification is required. We have to eat moderately, sleep moderately, but we should not give in completely to sense gratification. Then what will happen? It is like pouring ghee to the fire. The fire will only increase. The demands of the senses will not cease. It will only increase. So sense gratification will not satisfy the senses. Only engaging senses in Lord's service will satisfy us. So finally, Yajati took to Banaprastha, engaged in full-time devotional service, and Yajati's wife Devajani also followed the example of husband, and she also took to devotional service. So in case of Yajati also, we saw sense gratification did not satisfy him, devotional service could satisfy. Now chapter 20 discusses the dynasty of Puru. In the lineage of Puru comes Dushmanta, another king, famous king, who was attracted to Shakuntala, and Shakuntala was raised under the Kanva Muni's hermitage. So Dushmanta realized Shakuntala must be a Kshatrani. So Shakuntala was the daughter of Vishwamitra and Menaka. So Menaka was sent by Indra to distract Vishwamitra. Vishwamitra got lusty towards Menaka, and then Vishwamitra discharged semen. And after after the girl was born, after the daughter was born, no one took responsibility. Vishwamitra also went to do austerities. Menaka also went back to heaven. So Kanva Muni was raising this girl, Shakuntala. And when Dushmanta comes to the hermitage, he identified that this girl Shakuntala is a Kshatrani because daughter of Vishwamitra, and Vishwamitra by lineage was a Kshatriya. So Dushmanta was attracted to Shakuntala. Dushmanta married Shakuntala in a Gandharva style, and a powerful son of Bharata was born. So Bharata was very powerful. Bharata could capture and control a lion even in childhood. So this was the prowess of Bharata. And then Dushmanta went after the birth of the son. Then Shakuntala comes to Dushmanta one day with the son Bharata. Dushmanta could not recognize, and then some Akashvani happened. The demigods told that Dushmanta, this is your own wife and your son, and you should accept. So after Dushmanta, then Bharata became the king, and Bharata also had chakra marks in the hands and lotus marks in the feet. So Bharata was a very special and powerful king. And Bharata did a lot of sacrifices, many Ashwamedha Yagyas, many charities, and he was very powerful. So the demons started hiding in Rasatala. And there are many austerities that are performed by Bharata, perform many sacrifices. And Bharata's son is Bharadwaja. And now Bharadwaja's lineage will be discussed. So this Bharadwaja is the illegitimate son of Brihaspati and Mamata, raised by the Maruts. And he performed sacrifices, and this son was given to Bharata. So now Bharadwaja's lineage is discussed, that the dynasty of Bharata and Bharadwaja. So Bharadwaja's son is Manyu, and their son is Brihat Kshatra, Jaya, Mahabirya, Garga, and Nara. And then comes Sankriti, Guru, and Ranti Deva. So in the lineage of Bharadwaja comes Ranti Deva. Now Ranti Deva's story is explained. Ranti Deva was a great charitable king. So once Ranti Deva was fasting for 48 days. After the 48 days of fast, Ranti Deva was finally going to eat something. And when Ranti Deva started accepting food, he was about to eat, and some Brahmana came. And Ranti Deva gave some food as donation. And then Ranti Deva was again about to eat. Then some Shudra came, and Ranti Deva gave some portion to the Shudra. Then came a dog eater or Chandal. Then Ranti Deva gave everything, the remaining portion, to the dog eater. And then finally, he was going to drink some water also, and that also Ranti Deva donated. So this is how Ranti Deva showed the epitome of charity. Even if, so Ranti Deva's spirit was that even if I die, I should execute this charity. Whoever comes to me should not go back barehanded. So Ranti Deva was very, very compassionate to others, could not see the pain and suffering of others. So this is the greatness of Ranti Deva. So Ranti Deva also prayed to the Supreme Lord to suffer the distress of all jivas so that they can be liberated. So this is like Prahlad Maharaj or Vasudev Datta in the Gaur Lila. He prayed that all the sufferings, all the sinful reactions of all the jivas should come onto me. I am ready to suffer them, and all the jivas should be liberated. So Ranti Deva was like that. In Bharadwaja's lineage comes other kings, Garya, Mahavirya, Brihat Kshatra, like that. And their lineage is also explained very briefly. And in Bharadwaja's lineage comes another king called Ajamida. And Ajamida's son is Priyamedha, and there are different Brahmanas. So Ajamida's lineage is also explained. Okay. In Ajamida's lineage comes Nila, Shanti, Shushanti, Purugya, Arka, Bharmashva, and Bharmashva's 5 sons, Mudgala, Yavinara, Brihashishva, and Kampila Sanjaya. Okay, these Mudgalas Mudgala had a twin boy and girl. The boy is known as Divodesha and the girl is Ahalya. And this Ahalya is the wife of Gautama Rishi, who was blessed by Lord Ramachandra. Ahalya's son is Satananda. Then comes Satyadhriti, Sharadvan. The Sharadvan discharged Simen Singh Urvashi. And then Kripa and Kripi was born. Now we are transitioning to Mahabharat. Kripa and Kripi, Kripacharya, we know. So this Kripa and Kripi, they were taken home by Maharaj Shantanu, who was also the descendant of Ajamida. So the descendants of Ajamida, we see that from Rantidev comes Ajamida, and then Jarasandha, Shantanu Maharaj, Pandavas, Kauravas, Dhritarashtra Pandu, all those Mahabharat characters, they come from this lineage. They are also coming in this Moon dynasty. So Shantanu Maharaj's son is Bhishmadev or Devabrata, and other sons are Chitrangada and Vichitravirya. Chitrangada and Vichitravirya could not contribute to the dynasty. Then Vyasadeva was called, and Vyasadeva's son is Dhritarashtra, Pandu and Vidura. And from Dhritarashtra comes the Kauravas, from Pandu comes the Pandavas. So this is how the Mahabharat characters are also connecting with this Moon dynasty. Now, in chapter 23, the dynasties of other sons of Yajati is explained. And it is kind of setting up the platform for the 10th canto pastimes of the Supreme Lord. In 9th canto, we have total 24 chapters. And now we are in the 23rd chapter. So description of the other sons of Yajati is there. So Yajati's eldest son is Yadu and youngest son is Puru. Yajati had other sons. Yajati's fourth son is Anu. And in Anu's dynasty comes a king called Romapad. So this Romapad Maharaj was friend with Dasarath. Romapad Maharaj is coming in the lineage of Moon dynasty. Dasarath Maharaj comes in the lineage of Sun dynasty. But they were friends. So Dasarath Maharaj gave his daughter Shanta to Romapada because Romapada did not have any children. So Dasarath and Kaushalya's daughter is Shanta. So this Shanta is basically the sister of Lord Ramachandra, and gave it to Dasarath Maharaj gave it to Romapada. So now what happened? This Romapada was searching for some Brahmana to conduct some sacrifices, and there was one Brahmana called Rishi Shringa. So this Rishi Shringa was also a very special personality. Rishi Shringa's father was also a sage, and he did not want that Rishi Shringa should mix with any girls. He wanted to raise Rishi Shringa as a perfect brahmachari. But one day what happened? Romapada sent some of the girls along with Shanta to Rishi Shringa, and Rishi Shringa never saw any girl before. Rishi Shringa was attracted to girls, eventually married Shanta, and did the fire sacrifice for Romapada to beget some son. Romapada beget the daughter Shanta. So Shanta was married to Rishi Shringa. So Rishi Shringa becomes the son-in-law. With help of Rishi Shringa, Romapada also got a son. His first son is Jadu. Jadu's dynasty is also explained a little bit. Jadu's eldest son is Sahasrajit. And in that dynasty comes Kartavirya Arjuna. We already discussed about this Kartavirya Arjuna, who was empowered by Dattatreya, and Parashuram killed this Kartavirya Arjuna because of the offense. Kartavirya Arjuna forcefully took the Kamathini cow from Jamadagni. So now this Kartavirya Arjuna is coming in the lineage of Yajati. So Parashuram killed all the sons of Kartavirya Arjuna also. Only 5 sons survived. And from that, in that dynasty comes Vrishni. So therefore, this dynasty is also called a Yadu Vamsha or Vrishni Vamsha. And that is the Moon dynasty, and Lord Krishna is about to appear. So Yadu's another son is Kroshta. And in that lineage comes another king named as Yamagha. This Yamaga was sonless. There was no sons. And Yamaga's wife is Saibya. Then eventually, by the mercy of the demigods, the Yamaga also got some son named Vidarbha. So that discusses the dynasties of the sons of Yajati. Now chapter 24 is the last chapter of the 9th canto and gives a little introduction to the 10th canto, pastimes of Krishna. So in chapter 24, the reason for Krishna's appearance, Krishna's reciprocation with devotees, activities and pastimes are briefly discussed. And it is also said that Krishna created the subject matter for Kali Yuga people to hear before their birth. So all these pastimes Krishna is doing in Dwapar Yuga so that Kali Yuga people can hear about these pastimes and get purified. Ears hearing the glories of the Lord are the best. For the good ears, Krishna Katha is the nectar. Taking bath in Krishna Katha, our sins and sinful propensities are removed. So these are the glories of Krishna Katha, Krishna's pastime that is being glorified in the chapter 24. And the Lord's pastimes are pleasing to the entire humanity. Krishna's beautiful face is decorated with Makara Kundala, beautiful smile. Krishna's darshan is like a daily festival. People, the devotees never get bored by taking regular darshan of Krishna. Every day feels like a new personality, never satiated by seeing Krishna's beauty. And then summary of the entire Krishna Lila, Shukadev Goswami spoke in 2 verses, 66 and 67. Last 2 verses, Shukadev Goswami told this is how Krishna took birth in Moon Dynasty. And these are the pastimes of Krishna. Krishna was born, and then Krishna was taken to Gokula, and then in Gokul, Krishna performed some pastimes. Then Krishna comes to Mathura, kills Kamsa, and then eventually Krishna goes to Dwarka, and then goes to Hastinapur for the Kurukshetra Yuddha, and then finally goes to Prabhas and concludes the pastime. So this is about Krishna. So actually, this Sukadev Goswami was trying to test Parikshit Maharaj that I will end Krishna's pastime in 2 verses. It was the plan of Sukadev Goswami that the main thing that I want to present to Parikshit Maharaj is Krishna Lila. Parikshit Maharaj is only having 7 days. So what should he hear? Krishna Lila. But to prepare Parikshit Maharaj to hear Krishna Lila, Sukadev Goswami spoke the 9 cantos. Now Sukadev Goswami is going to give the actual matter Krishna Lila. But before that, there is a little test for Parikshit Maharaj. It was the plan of Sukadev Goswami to elaborately describe the pastimes of Krishna. But now Sukadev Goswami is pretending like I will not speak about Krishna. Krishna's pastimes are concluded in 2 verses. You know about Krishna, right? So Sukadev Goswami wanted to see the eagerness of Parikshit Maharaj. Whether Parikshit Maharaj asks that I want to hear elaborately, please don't end Krishna's pastime in 2 verses. So, and that actually happened. Parikshit Maharaj passed the test. Parikshit Maharaj was not happy with this quick summary, and Sukadev Goswami wanted to test the eagerness of Parikshit Maharaj. Now, from Canto 10 onwards, we'll see the pastimes of Krishna in great detail. Canto 10 discusses the pastimes of Krishna. In Canto 11 also, Krishna's pastimes with Uddhava and Uddhav Gita, that is also spoken. So we will see this in the upcoming sessions. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल. Thank you very much for patiently hearing this narration of the overview of the 9th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So it's our great fortune that we have completed till the 9th canto, which is the preparatory stage. And now we are ready to hear the Krishna Lila, and we are very, very excited. We'll explore the 10th canto in the upcoming sessions. Hare Krishna. Manchakalpataru Vyascha Kripa Sindhu Vevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.